I'll start off by saying that I think I played with Tommy for a number of years, right back to the BNL days when he was young and he was cutting his teeth with the pro team. Um, I think he deserved every award he got this year. I think he had an exceptional season for us. Um, I think he finally um, just put consistent performances most nights. He remained focused all year, and there was no secret that we cut down to 5D man right around the start of February, and he was one of those guys that deserved that position to line up every night, and the resulting awards that came with it. Tommy's a good friend of mine. I've known him, well, for almost, I guess, 15, 16 years, and he's got an awful hard time in his career at some point, whether it be from players or for fans alike. But the one thing I'll say about the guy is that there's probably not a more loyal and a teammate that'll stick up for what's right. He'll get under your skin and he'll bug you and he'll drive guys nuts. But when their chips are down, Tommy Muir is usually the one there answering the bell. And in the 3 years in the Elite League, we've really seen his game come on. And people got to remember that about some of our local guys sometimes, that these guys didn't have a lot of pro experience, if any. Some of them came right out of the Kirkcaldy junior system, right into the SNL, and they were basically chucked out there into the deep end against, GB internationals and long-term pros. But a guy like Tommy comes out, and for years, back in I guess you would call it semi-pro or whatever days, these guys were allowed to get away with mistakes. They weren't playing against the strongest opposition every night, so they didn't have to show up every night. And don't get me wrong, we were serious about it because we wanted to win every competition we were in. But the Elite League took it to a different level. And Tommy weighs 165 pounds, and he's out there fighting some of the toughest guys in the league, or certainly standing up to him. He has big guys like Surrett coming down on him, the two brothers in Coventry. And at times he struggled with them, just like any D-man would. These guys are good ice hockey players. But he found a good niche there. With bringing in Nicker, he didn't feel like he had to stick up for injustices all over the ice. He could focus on playing, and I tell you, when he came mentally prepared, he was always there. I can remember his mistakes because I'm hard on him. He's a friend of mine, and I do give it to him, a little harder than other people sometimes. But I expect a lot out of Tommy. But he delivered this year, and I'm really proud of what he accomplished. And I know he was really modest at the awards ceremony, but that's why he's such a good guy, because he'd rather his teammates get the accolades than him, and it's all about the team rather than personal performance for him. So I was delighted, and hopefully he feels like he wants to come back next year, and I think he can build on that. I think that Tommy could have a good old solid year, and if he keeps it simple and plays that defensive style that he really did well last year. Because let's face it, like Tommy, we had a good laugh with him. Everybody wanted one to go in a net there for him at the end of the season. We were teasing him, but you know what? The guy was so focused. He didn't really let it bother him. He didn't really let it change up his game. And right to the end there, even on the biggest stage, I think our Brits really, including Thomas, gave a great account of themselves. And I hope it continues, because these guys, I think people look down on them a little bit just because they didn't have that pro background, but they certainly have 3 years experience now, and I think it's onwards and upwards for them.